Back in Syracuse as the Crunch gets set for the Binghamton Devils. It is the first game of the new week for the Crunch and the 8th matchup this season with the Devils. On Countdown to Crunch Time presented by Supercuts, I'm Lucas Favali with Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. Ken, kind of the first game of the week. It's a Monday. It's an odd occurrence for the Crunch. Last game, though, for Syracuse was a win over the Belleville Senators on Friday night here in the War Memorial Arena. 5-3 win for the Crunch. What did you see in that game on Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our power play got on track early, and it's 2 big points for us. We had been struggling to get points all of a sudden, and you're going to have ups and downs in the year, but certainly we wanted to nip that in the bud and get back on the winning track and hopefully get our game back in order.
And it's seen, and the coaching, you included in terms of the staff, have been saying that they've been playing pretty well, the Crunch. The results hadn't been there the last 5 games before Friday night, but to be able to pick up a win and see those 2 points go back in the standings, what does that do for this group confidence-wise heading into today?
Well, I mean, we all know it's a mental grind this season. It can be, it's a lot of games and a lot of travel, a lot of, coming at you. So when you get on a roll, it's nice, but when things are going the other way, it can also, snowball. So it was good for our guys to get it over the hump. Like I said, our power play clicked. We had key penalty kills when we needed them, and we found a way to get the win. And
you mentioned snowball, an unexpected off day for the Crunch on Saturday. The game against Binghamton was postponed. It was supposed to be in Binghamton Saturday night. It's been kind of rescheduled. This was going to be one of the more grueling stretches of 4 games and 6 nights stretch from Wednesday to today. Kind of shifted around a little bit because of that game. So, you don't want to see a game obviously postponed, but does it come at maybe a good time just to catch a little bit of a breather heading into today?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like you said, we were in a tough stretch. Anytime you have 4 games in 6 nights, or less than 6 nights even, with the afternoon game today, it's a tough go. But we don't control the weather or the schedule, so we're told when we're supposed to play, and our guys definitely took advantage. We had a good practice day yesterday, and hopefully we're ready to go today.
And today marks the second half of the season getting underway for the Crunch. Game 39 for Syracuse. Crunch are just 2 points shy of where they were at this time a year ago, so almost an identical record to where this team was at the halfway point a year ago. What's your sense of where this team is now 38 games into this 76-game season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had a lot of good stretches. I think, the December not taking a regulation loss, I think, was outstanding for us. It's interesting just because last year we had no injuries. We managed to stay healthy. We started slow, but then found our game. This year we've had just injury after injury, but we still found a way to get the points. So it's to me, it's 2 totally different seasons, but it's, the way we've had to go about it. But thankfully our guys have rallied and done what they needed to do.
Yeah, it certainly has worked so far for the Crunch, 3rd place in the North Division. You mentioned injuries. Dominic Machine has missed the game on Friday night. He's supposed to be out again tonight. That means Matt Spencer was in the lineup. Obviously, Dom is a big part of the blue line that you have back there. Missing him and having Matt Spencer in, how did that impact the game on Friday?
Yeah, well, Spence is a guy that we know can eat up some minutes for us, and his game is improving. So we're hopeful for him that he'll continue that trend and do well. And like you said, missing Dom Machine is a big loss for us. He's a physical guy, blocks shots, does a lot of little things well for us. So it's a loss, but like I said before, we've had a lot of injuries, and we've got to have next guy up mentality where they're ready to go and come in and contribute.
It's the Crunch and the Binghamton Devils on this Monday afternoon, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We're on Countdown to Crunch Time, presented by Supercuts with Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. And also in that game on Friday night, Crunch had a 3-0 lead. Belleville responded, came back and tied the game at 3 early in the 3rd, but then the Crunch had a very good response after that, took the lead and won 5-3. What does that show you about this group being able to respond after giving up the lead to win that game on Friday?
Yeah, well, I mean, it just goes back to our resiliency. I mean, we've showed it a lot this year that we know if we can win 3rd periods, we're gonna come out on the right side of a lot of games. So it was unfortunate when we gave up the lead, but our guys found out a way to come out and keep pushing ourselves, keep doing the right things, keep doing little things, and it worked out well for us.
It's a 1 o'clock game today between the Crunch and the Devils. Obviously, that doesn't happen very often, especially at this level. I mean, you see it in the NHL every once in a while, those afternoon games. But here it's a 1 o'clock start, a little different for this group and everything like that. So how does that, can it impact the game? And if it can, how would it possibly impact today's game?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, it's just a different routine for the guys. Basically, they get up, eat, and come to the rink and ready to play. So, I think our guys will be excited. A big afternoon game at home. It's exciting for them, and hopefully we're ready to go.
And it's the Devils today. The Crunch lost against Binghamton for the first time this season a couple of weeks back. Crunch have a 6-1 record against the Devils. Been a really tough team, though, for a lot of teams here of late. They've been playing very well. What can we expect here this afternoon against Binghamton?
Well, they're a skilled team. They're good on the rush. They do a lot of those things well. That's where I think they like to play the game. Kind of to counter that. I think it's key for us to be good in the neutral zone, make sure we're using our speed to counteract theirs, and make plays when they're there.
All right, looking forward to this afternoon as the Crunch take on the Binghamton Devils. This is Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. Ken, thanks for your time and good luck today.
You bet. Thanks, B-Ball.